He's there, he wouldn't be level 6. Maybe Frog would have some extra experience on the kill, he'd be level 6. That could have just been able to get 2 plates on the bot side for this Zeri Lulu in a fantastic position.
Yeah.
Time you have a composition where you're wanting to go later in the game. If you're able to secure early dragons, it's just delaying Elders, delaying the Soul. It means even if the game goes a little bit amiss, you have time.
Yeah, and DRX kind of don't. Sylvie going to come on over, does not find the blue buff, and also that's the pounce on top of the Sejuani, and that could just be first blood going over to Yehu. It is! Can they get another one? What the heck was Fisher doing?
Right now they're starting up the dragon. I'm not sure Nongshim are going to be able to get close to this in time.
Going down exceptionally fast, so that is going to be the securers. Now Sylvie looking for an opportunity here, does find the ulti, but it's onto a Leona. That is dangerous. And it's a lot of damage being taken, but Jiwoo just trying to answer back. Fisher doing that front flip to get into the fight, and it's Pleta that tries to sacrifice himself. They lock down Teddy though, and they'll grab Pleta as well. It's a double, and I think some certain are the ones that are capitalizing from the amount of movement that DRX are doing around this map by taking down these plates, taking down turrets, as you can see here. Bottom side out it is going to fall. And so Rift Herald, yes, congratulations, they do manage to take that one. Extra money. Pleta moving aggressively forward here. Solar Flare going to connect onto Sylvie. Spear's going to be landing here, and he's pretty tanky, but just not tanky enough. Buster shot, though! Executes the Nidalee. Spoken about the Soul, but I think if Nongshim get a couple of these, that's enough.
Yeah, that's the thing is that, you know, some dragons, it definitely feels like the Soul is like, okay, this huge spike. Mountain Soul's strong, don't get me wrong, but the dragons alone, especially with a composition like Nongshim with his super beefy front line, so much value there. And in return, DRX are going to just try and cash in with a Herald, get that tier 2 top.
Flares. Splitter once again, walking up. I don't think he's going to be able to protect this turret though, as that is a flash. Really important items here on the DRX side. Like, I think if you're going to fight, like this is the time where you... Oh, that's not really what you want, but Sponge is the one that's really going to get punished because Jiwoo is here. That Captain Jack.
And not even just that, like they were putting so much attention over towards Baron. Like, the dragon was, well, they are going to take this tower pretty quickly with double Triforce, but
the answer is right there, and Fisher is there sort of by himself, or at least he's lonesome, wants to be able to take down some health bar of this turret, and will at least be able to grab a couple of Triforce procs before he does eventually definitely go down. There he goes. We're going to be able to get start Baron.
So unnecessary.
With Sponge right here. And not a lot of vision over this wall as they are looking for the turn. Teddy, nowhere to go, no options at all. It was a cunning ruse. We thought that maybe we just can't take themselves a Baron as well. This is, I mean, it went from DRX sort of holding on, but like I think I do think that DRX didn't do a lot of favors for themselves with the draft, but I also think that Nongshim have been playing expertly with what they've been given as Frog looks for that opportunity on Jiwoo, and Jiwoo will not give it to him. Never mind. He tries to dash away, but it does not work. Still, he stands his ground. Finally, he falls down, but I think the damage may have been done. That flash, pretty sexy there from Fisher as well as Fleta. He's going to get impaled and destroyed, and I think Jiwoo, I think that he may have just done it. Stayed alive through it all until the very end. And Nongshim, they're going to break open the base and maybe even just win right here.
Yeah, I mean, it's the right idea from DRX to try and kill Jiwoo, but you just saw how long he survived, how much damage he's able to do in that situation with the Runans, able to counteract the play. And now Nongshim just looking to end here.
Yeah.
No opposition from DRX. Teddy up in 6, DRX, Sponge up in now, but he's not going to be able to do anything.
Nope, he's going to have to watch his Nexus go down once again. Nidalee picked.
Yep, looks like they're going to do that.
Yeah, they're going to do that.
They're going to do that.
It makes me a little bit...
yeah, I'm kind of thinking it'd be the Jax jungle, you know, specifically in the Viego is obviously very auto-based. And then just stick to...
Automatically again.
You reckon? I feel like some dude's just going to be, you know, walking his dog or something. He gets hit by an arrow and he's frozen for like 7 years or something.
No, but remember, like, League of Legends is played like hovering above.
Oh, yeah.
So when that gets fired out, it just goes off into the atmosphere.
Casters on the LCK team who I feel like would have done a much better job. I'm certain Mao knows plenty of other lore.
I'm sure he does too. I imagine D-Gun does too, because like he did the base thing, like predicted Nongshim, knew that they were going to win.
I don't know if you know this, but Mao actually studied lore at university. He has a law degree.
Oh, that's why he says he's not a lawyer, because you don't spell lawyer like that. He studied L-O-R-E.
Right, exactly.
Oh, he'd be a Laurer.
And that's why he talks about video games instead of being like the guys from Suits, you know?
It makes sense. Oh. Man, that's actually kind of ruined things for me, though. Oh, we might have a bit of a fight here. That's an immediate flash out from Yahoo. They do manage to secure the dragon. As out goes Sponge with the assistance of a buster shot. Max range shot, though. He's going to connect onto Guga, and he knows that he is dead. That is going to be first blood very, very late here at 11 minutes. I really thought that he was just from Rapture.
Yeah.
Nongshim will not lose their mid laner, but they will lose their top outer turret. That is first brick going over to DRX as well. A much better look. Fisher does take a little bit of damage there, but isn't too worried about it otherwise. As Nongshim setting themselves up for this first Mountain Drake. Guga just going to try and turn this engage. They managed to pick up the Jax, and he is absolutely destroyed. Beautifully done there. Guga just making things happen, but now Pleta gonna be able to take him down. The punishment is instant, and so is the sadness on Digon's face as they take control of this one. Another hook, and that buster shot, fantastic. Into the backline goes the Azir, but there's no one that was ready for it. Sylvie is gonna do his attempt, and it's gonna work way better as bring the man back up on the screen yet again, because Nongshim, they'll win the fight in the end.
A little bit touch and go at times, but they managed to come through strong, and it all came from taking out Sponge before he even got a chance to press his counter-strike. I was talking about how with a lot of auto-attackers, they would struggle to deal with the Jax, but I guess it works out fine when you do them.
Positions, and Teddy is fighting him right now. There's the flash, the barrier comes in, the burst fires, and finally Teddy will be able to take him down. Man, that looked dicey, but he's able to get the 1v1 against his opponent. The rest of the team going to be here, but some free time with this outer turret, and a little bit late on the rotation towards mid here, and they will lose their outer turret. Does mean that they get control of the river. DRX now moving over. Another hook is going to connect. There's the knock-up, and I don't know what Dundun was doing, but it just wasn't going to work out very well. As now Frog is throwing rocks around, and Nongshim just trying to get out. The flash comes in, the hook, it still lands. Unbreakable Will does come on through there. It's another great headbutt as Sylvie is looking for the resets, but he's gonna be denied. Dundun is up with teleport available, but this dragon not long for the world right now. Fisher laying down these autos. Frog able to soak them relatively decently as the Sand Soldiers.
They're aware, they've got some low health bars already.
Yeah, I mean, Frog is about 50% right now. Sponge looking to take down his blue buff. Still very dangerous. This Baron does a lot of work, and they're like fish in a barrel. Sponge diving on in Emperor's Divide, and they're cutting them down. The Zeri takes the Baron, and Nongshim. It was one heck of a Hail Mary, but I don't think God was on their side this time. Fish is looking to try and grab themselves a little Krug on the other side, and Digon, you know, he hasn't been here for that long. He doesn't really know. And got a taste of it right there from Nongshim. Wasn't able to work out, and now with the Void Mites in tow, DRX are just traipsing up this bottom lane. I think we're going to miss out on the rest of the Nautilus story, as I think this game might be on the verge of heading towards a game number 3. As Fisher, he's split pushing, just wanted to try and pad those stats a little bit before this one, but Nexus turrets are now under fire. Frog will turn up to try and answer this push. And speaking of pushes, Teddy able to get a few more autos into this turret. We'll be able to take that first one down. Jiwoo wanting to get a little bit of an angle here as in goes the Skarner. That's another knock-up as Pleta going to get thrown around. They're looking to try and take him out here. He does get the ultimate off this time, but the Impale does come on through. Dundun not going to be able to all out his way out of this one. And it's a 4 versus 4, but Fisher is still very strong. Teddy taking a few autos there as they do try and dive on top. It's a 1-for-1 in the end of that little trade as well. As the counter-strike comes in, and Fisher! Oh no, he gets pushed back into the counter-strike as Teddy! He will go down in the end, but that is going to be the ace. It's a triple for the Jax, and one Nexus turret to be taken down. DRX will even out the series.
Looked so close at the end. Looked like Sylvie maybe was going to get the resets there, but the bounce back comes through. Sponge with a clutch play with the counter-strike.
Goodness, I am so exceptionally surprised that it is the Zeri lock-in. Understandable there. But I think with the brand, I mean, there's a couple of schools of thought, right, when it comes to killing Zeri, and it is like have targeted grubs.
Yeah, and as I was saying, I think when bot lanes are going really heavily toe-to-toe, it's so good for a jungle to be able to make their way down there and just easily pick up the scraps and just cash in if they're already trading heavily. But you see DRX spot lane being a lot more cautious now. Sponge will get 2 of these grubs. I suspect he'll leave.
Yep.
After that, Yehu was needing a reset, so happy just to trade those objectives across. And the next dragon
here just to make sure that they can get another dive angle off. And Sponge, will he be the one to start this one? As there's the depth charge. Jiwoo just going for the reposition. As Pleta having to get out of there. Sponge has to throw down the ulti as Dundun has made his way in. No ulti that would have been pretty good. But Sponge is, no man's land. And it will be the kill going over to...
you have to just dip.
Yep. Well, Nongshim going to even out the grub score here. Just yet. He's got a teleport from Yehu making his way back. This could be another fight as Zenith Blade brings Cougar in there. Finds the Solar Flare as well. Has the ultimate from the brand doing a lot of work. They do just close in onto Sponge, but it is going to be the kill for Teddy to start it off. And the Xin Zhao just lasted for so long. Jiwoo now running the wrong direction. Does manage to grab the kill onto this Nautilus for the moment. But I don't know whether he's going to be able to make it out of this one. A couple of turret shots.
Teams are posturing for a dragon fight. Fisher has flash, and he's the only one.
There's another hook. This time landing onto Guga, who does try to use his Zenith Blade to get out. I just don't know whether it's going to be enough here. So much long-range damage. Never mind. Jiwoo makes his way in. Guga still going to be the target, but he is going to survive. And the brand doing so much work. Teddy trying to get a kill back, and he does kill the brand, but it's a double kill from the Grey. So they are going to coax DRX in. DRX not going to answer the call, so that will be the set going down pretty low. Possible engage angle onto Guga, and they decide this ward. Might be allowed to. They do get a ward over. He flashes on in. They look for Guga, who acquiesces as he Zenith Blades in. Another hook is going to come down there, but Dundun, he's going to turn up in the nick of time. They find the Impale. He is stunned, but it does not matter. And once again,
Nongshim immediately punished with Herald in pocket. So easy to translate this into more. The only saving grace for DRX is that Baron is late in the game, but once again, their approach to the team fight, not with, they've already started the dragon up.
Yep. Banana Brush being fought for here as Guga once again going in. Yeah, Frog wants to try and find that angle. Does make it in towards this back line. And now Sponge fighting Guga. Guga might actually get stunned up here as Frog's first death. It's going to happen right here. There's the killer instinct, and Jiwoo doesn't care about his KDA. As Dundun wanting to find Teddy, there's the Impale, and he is so dead. There is another kill, and Nongshim
they are now going to pick up this Baron with a brand, with a Kai'Sa, with a Corki. You do this so fast.
Yep, it's going to be taken down, no contest. 21 for 33% of their kills. As, all right, they have got on top of Jiwoo. There's a hook that's going to connect. They do manage to at least take down the Kai'Sa for now, but my God!
My Lord!
The brand damage is revolting! And there goes Sponge, the first kill.
You know, they killed Jiwoo, and it just felt like the worst case scenario. The triple rings of the...
And then puts it to good work here. Up against DRX, who are just looking...
Yeah, that checks.
Yep.
No, I'm actually surprised Sponge did so much damage.
Yeah, me too. I guess he...
Yeah. Still a lot... Oh, Teddy.
Teddy does have the skate away, but he also has this way of getting out as well.
Other performance he's had so far in the LCK. I really thought he was the worst performing member of the team. He's been popping off.
And look at him go in once again. He's going to get thrown into the backline. He will get punished, will get taken down. That was finally a little bit too much, maybe with the assistance of a caster curse. But I don't know whether it really matters as Sponge is getting chased down by Fisher, finds the last rocket onto him as well. The brand is still just disgusting. I don't have enough words to say how much damage this guy is doing. 6-1 and 11. Triple kill coming on through for Fisher. 4-0-12 on his Corki. Looking brilliant. Absolutely. Do love to say that about flashes. As all right, they managed to lock down the Ocean Soul. There is a special delivery by Dundun. As Sponge presses the ult button, but it's not really the immortality that would other happens. Oh, he's golden, my God! And in the meantime, it's just fire bouncing everywhere. Yehu, he just wants to get out of here, wants to try and get a few extra CS. And Sylvie, look at him, hands off keyboard, pretty psyched about how this game went. Oh man, he had the audacity to survive. He didn't even have to. And it still would have been amazing.
With 0-3 going into today, and they look revitalized.